called
We're
blockade?
here for 5 o'clock.
From 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
And how long you might stay out there?
I'm getting ready to pull out now because I ain't really seeing no action going on. So
Okay.
we really want no action that's in violence, but want to see people come out and, you know?
Right.
I ain't really seeing nobody as much as you expect. Maybe later they might want, but not.
You think it's a good appropriate time when a lot of people is working?
They can't keep it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because the ministers don't work on Saturdays.
Yeah.
They want to keep it on a day that they're working because they're not supposed to be in there. They get a vote of non-confidence, they're supposed to be out. So they're not supposed to be there. They're mixing up the constitutional because one, they're saying they're practicing 59, but 33 come before 59. If a minister get a vote of non-confidence, he have to vacate the office. That's a law. And I find that the governor's taking too long to make a decision. And he has listen, it's time to either vacate. If I don't vacate, then law enforcement have to come and give her a hand to vacate. That's all it is.
The ministers have gotten a vote of no confidence from Parliament. Parliament is the highest body. So the ministers should do the honorable thing and resign. However, you have noticed they did not resign, and this is what you're seeing today. The new majority in Parliament, those members and those faction members is already have sent a letter to the Prime Minister saying that he will not attend his meeting. And this Prime Minister is a caretaker Prime Minister. Therefore, because they have gotten a vote of no confidence, they do not have to go and have any meetings with the caretaker government Prime Minister. So therefore, I see them as a dictatorship. They are acting like how, for instance, Haiti is or certain other countries. They are communists, and therefore St. Martin don't need these kind of people.
If there's one person show up that has dissatisfaction, it means that one person has a problem with what is happening. And, any demonstration that shows any amount of people that wants to demonstrate and show their frustration, no matter how much it is, I have always said that one person makes a big difference than 100, 2,000 people.
That's true. That's true.
Because one voice carries a lot for a lot of people who don't want to speak out. So for me, what I'm seeing here today, it shows that the people cares and wants to see a difference in what is happening here in our country. Because what is being done, the country is being held hostage by a group of rogue ministers under the leadership of Marcel Gomes, the former minister Marcel Gomes. And I think this is going too far with what we are seeing in this country. We are a young country, and the behavior of professionals taking this country by hostage can't continue in this manner any more longer. In yesterday's meeting, we have called for an urgent meeting immediately after that, so that we could rectify the way and the manner that the meeting was closed abruptly without giving members of Parliament their voice to be heard on what the reason why he closed the meeting. I think it's unfortunately that he used the issue of Article 59 that the Prime Minister has used to seek advice. I think it sounds like a joke. You're making a mockery of the people. The people knows what Article 59 means. If you have an issue with it, leave Parliament be the floor where we have that debate on Article 59. Okay. I don't think you need to decide that you need to go and get legal advice. I guess if you needed legal advice, then you want to support the Prime Minister that took the decision. So I think it's all about a mockery that they're making with the people of St. Martin.
Let me go one in further. Last night the MP sent out a press release after the majority of 8 sent another request requesting a meeting to debate what you all describe as his illegal action. He said he's not going to honor that letter unless it is reworded. What's your thoughts?
Well, here again, the MP who made that statement that needs to be rewarded, I think classes need to be given to members of Parliament on how Parliament function. No one MP could tell another MP to reward a word in order to recall a meeting. Again, it shows a lack of understanding the functioning of Parliament, the responsibility of one member of Parliament, what they can request for a meeting of Parliament. I think here we are playing with semantics of words. There's no need, there's no time for semantic of words. There's a time that this government needs to go home, and the time is now. And I believe that the people of St. Martin needs to really let their voice, let their presence be heard that what is happening here can't continue any longer.
Ms. Blyden, you said that you wanted to make a statement. Can you make that statement?
I would like to make a statement. We don't need to go on the French side to have debates about the country of St. Martin and Dutch side. The Tuesday program is not in my interest. Because you know why? It's not the interest of the SOS man. He's making money. But to say that we can't say nothing what we have to say on the Dutch side is wrong.
So then what is your
My opinion is that any registration should be able to have our politicians on the Dutch side for people to understand. Because sometimes we call in, we can't get it. Because it's all in the French side. And the French side is a French side. It's a France. Our problem is on the Dutch side. So every problem we have on the Dutch side, we should be able to deal with it on the Dutch side. And not on the French side going by 95.9 or whoever it is, only making mockery and what's laughing in the back. I feel it's a mockery, because when it comes to these things, it's mockery to all people.
Council of Ministers must resign. That's clear. They have no choice, not other, but they have to resign. And when they resign, appoint a new Council of Ministers. That's simple as that. Nothing else. This Council of Ministers is trampling on the Constitution. They got a country hostage, and they're insulting the integrity of the government. And that's a sad case.
As a former police officer and
I'm not going to get into former police.
No, but
I was the police before, but that's the past.
Yes, I know, but what advice would you have for the ousted Prime Minister Marcel Gomes?
Go home. Go home. He's not even a politician. He didn't get one vote from no one to sit where he is. You had your time in politics before. You got a chance to govern. Live up to the Constitution. Don't trample it. Be a person of respect. You're killing all that you try to do in the past as a politician. What you're doing here now, when it go down for you in history as the Prime Minister who trampled the Constitution.
Do you have anything that you would like to tell our Minister of Justice, Dennis Richardson, who have held several positions on the island?
Same thing for the Minister of Justice. He should know better. He's the Minister of Justice and trampling laws of the land of the country. That's not a Minister of Justice job. They don't do that. Resign and go home. Simple as that. And they resign and go home. So matters back to the normal with a new government. Give them a chance to govern for 3 years. Let's see what they can do. Let's give William Marvin time. This thing is not about one person or one family or whatever it is trying to govern this country for the years. We don't need a dynasty to continue this island. Give the man a chance.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I think if there are more people out there who feel the same way, that they should come out and support. If they really feel that this government should come out and support. I know many people are, concerned. They have their jobs, they have their children to take to school, pick up from school, etc. But at the end of the day, it is the democracy of the entire country that is being trampled on, and it affects all of us. So I think the people who disagree with the actions of this Council of Ministers should take a stand today and show them that.
When it was the time for the National Alliance government to leave, they left.
It's true.
Laughing. Now it's time for up party government to leave. They don't get it. They have to leave. What should the governor do?
It's true.
Send the police and remove them like they did with Scotter. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Scotter do that with Scotter. Yeah, it happened.
There is a national ordinance.
Yeah, but the Minister of Justice.
It's a law.
There ain't nothing because
they have to be removed. They don't want to remove Eugene Holiday, Mr. Governor. Send the police and remove them like they did with Scotter. That's all.
He's a
The people of St. Martin, that's why I love this island. We are very passive people. But eventually, at the end of the day, if you hear the complaints in the people's living rooms and in their kitchens and everywhere, it's very, very hard what's going on. People are hurting in this nation, and there might not be a nation that comes out in public. But if you speak to every individual, we all know exactly how everyone feels, and there's nothing we can hide about. And so at the end of the day, they will have to step out and give another coalition a chance. And simple, if the coalition fails, the people will will reward you during the election. They will vote you out. If you be good, they will vote you back in. Simple.
Nobody didn't vote.
Tell them get out.
The people want to talk to the ministers. We want to talk. The people want to talk to the ministers. They want to see the ministers. Hold on a minute. The people want to talk to the ministers.
We don't want a minister.
No ministers.
Let them come out.
The men in the building we want to talk to. The people want to talk to them.
We want a minister. We want master. Because he has the biggest mouth.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas really easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Vitamalt takes care of you. And now, check under the marked caps for a chance to win prizes. More detail on press.
And the first one is about the shooting in the Saunders area, which took place on Monday. That was on Monday, October 12th. That happened around 5 minutes to 11 at night when the Central Dispatcher received a call from persons living on the Flamboyant Road in Saunders that they have heard several shots being fired off. And the report came in, and immediately the Central dispatched several police patrols, detectives, forensic department, and paramedics to the scene. And on the scene, the officers learned that the shooting took place after a heated argument between the victims, two brothers, and a suspect known to us. And the reason for the shooting, up to now, we don't know, because they are giving some type of story. You know, it's a little unclear, but it's being investigated. The forensic department was also on the scene, and they collected evidence, and the detective spoke to several witnesses in regard to this case. The victims were both treated on the scene. Both of them were shot. One was shot in the stomach area, and one was shot in the back, but not very serious. So most of them, the shots were mainly grazed, and the one in the stomach is in and out, very superficial. One of the victims, which was the one that was shot in the stomach area, he was taken to the medical center where he could be treated further for his wound. And of course, up to now, as far as I know, no one has been arrested in this case. We know the suspect is. We are busy looking for him. I believe he's in hiding now. But the investigation in this case is ongoing. So we are working on that. And then on Tuesday, which was yesterday, October 13th, at approximately 10:15 in the morning, police was sent to the McDonald's in the Belvedere area for an armed robbery. And while investigating, when the investigating officers arrived there, they got to find out that two men had forced themselves into the establishment, hold everybody hostage, and what they did is they locked them up in a room. I believe it's a freezer, and while threatening the employees and the manager, they succeeded in taking an amount of cash. And after doing that, they fled in a white vehicle. We searched the entire area. The police searched the entire area, and up to now we haven't found anything that is directly linked to that case. But we are investigating, and the Special Robbery Unit is doing that. Then we have a serious traffic accident that also took place on Monday, October 12th at about 2:45 p.m. That's 2:45 in the afternoon. when a motorcycle rider was riding at very high speed in the corner there around the Winnie area, after you leave the airport, and the leisure car rental is on the left. And he overtook a very long line of vehicles, and he was traveling at high speed. And a white van that was turning into a leisure car rental crossed in front of him, causing him to impact this van very, very hard. And as a result of that, he got a very ugly laceration in his face. He got very hurt quite seriously in his face, and he had other bruises. So the traffic department is busy investigating that. And after he was treated at the St. Martin Medical Center, he was released. Nevertheless, he was told that he would have to see a specialist due to the damage that is done to his face.
And the persons in the van were not?
The persons in the van were not injured. It's just that I believe the victim in this whole thing, he hit his face in the side mirror of the van, causing the glass and all of that to really cause some damage to his face. And finally, we have a public notice, which is something quite serious. It says that in connection with the ongoing investigation of the armed robbery at Rouge Casino, which took place in the evening of October 8, 2015, we of the police department wants to inform the general public that during this robbery, a money bag containing an explosive dye pack was also stolen and taken from the casino. So in the bag that had the money was a dye pack. A dye pack is when this dye pack leaves the premises a certain distance from the premises, it will explode. It will explode in the bag, causing it to destroy all of the money. When it destroys the money, it's easily recognizable and you will know where it comes from because the dye is not removable. No detergent, nothing that you use it will remove this dye. It penetrates all of the money, and as soon as you you open that money, people will say, but something is wrong because it's red. It's bright, bright, bright red. And so the investigating officers in this case have been receiving information that people are out there trying to use this money, whether it's at the machine to buy phone cards, or they go at the machines in the casino and they're trying to use this type of money in the casino. We are advising them not to do so, not to accept it. The business community should not accept this type of money, and this money is part of the money that was taken from the casino.
Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
How long can the situation continue like this? For instance, this meeting is called, it's an urgent session, should be called by Monday, the 4 days in between. How long can it continue that MP Cornelius de Weaver, for instance, can come, open the meeting, and basically close it in a minute, 90 seconds? Is there a second mechanism in place that can say that this can no longer take place, that the Parliament can continue to function?
It's not really a period of time that you can say this will come to an end. And so we all are counting on the maturity of all of the persons involved. And basically, it is a state of execution. And as MP William Marlin indicated earlier, it cannot be so that the business of the people is being pursued by, you did this, now I am going to do that. One of the things that we came prepared to do this morning, and we have seen it happen in other parts of the kingdom, is a proposal or the decision taken by the government to dissolve Parliament, to bring that to Parliament. Let us see what all members of Parliament thinks about the action of the government, because clearly, and that too was a premise for us to propose that that decision be put to Parliament itself, is the fact that the basis being used by the government for their decision is absolutely erroneous. The government is stating with a straight face that they want to dissolve Parliament, one, to call elections, two, which has to go hand in hand, because then the issue of ship jumping will be solved. That is absolutely not possible. So the grounds for this decision by government, the grounds are false. They are holding or trying to hold to the people this thing about, well, we are going to call elections, dissolve Parliament, one, call elections, two, because it will solve this issue. No, absolutely not. And if the government has not shown anything, absolutely, any one act to say that they are serious about addressing electoral reform, I don't see how they will get it done before the election. It can't happen because you need to change laws, you need to change ordinances. So I want us again to in conclusion, focus on the fact that the Vice Chair of Parliament publicly to the people of St. Martin, in defending his action, used illegal grounds. One, illegal grounds to say that he can close the meeting. No chairperson of Parliament can just open and close a meeting without it being motivated in accordance with the same Article 37 of the Rules of Order. It states it clearly. The chairperson can adjourn or close a meeting in the interest of the proceedings or to maintain order. No such opportunity was given. That's one thing. The arguments used by the government to dissolve Parliament are wrongful for sure. And again, we had in our possession a proposal to bring that decision by the government to Parliament. This is where the discussion should have taken place. Whether they were aware of this or not, you saw what transpired this morning, not even giving the Parliament the opportunity to say something, to have a debate about the actions of the Vice Chair. The Vice Chair, just a short, maybe 2 weeks ago, if that long, when asked to chair a meeting so that a meeting could have taken place, refused on the basis that he had made his position available. But now this morning, because it is convenient and because he's clearly being nudged by others, then you do this kind of act, and sort of ran out of the hall before anything could have been said. None of the members here present and those supporting the new coalition wanted to engage in a shouting match with the chairperson of parliament. But it should not be expected that we who know better are going to sit back and accept this kind of behavior. With respect to the question about protest or not, yes, indeed, that is a right of people, of persons. It can be encouraged once it is done peacefully, and we all make sure that to encourage people not to let it get out of hand. What you want to do is get a message across, and with that intention, then we too would ask the people, just make sure that it is done peacefully. We don't get in any type of situation. That would be my only reservation, because I know how emotions can flare up, and so I would ask the people, just to make sure it's a message you want to get across. Look at the best way to get that message across.